Good evening. This is fake ABC News in Washington. I'm Titus Wright reporting. Here are the headlines. A Texas man makes a strange request after winning an alligator run contest. A New Jersey woman finds herself up a creek without a paddle. A Florida man finds himself in hot water. And coming up in sports, the Bears pounce on the Dolphins. Those are the headlines. I'm Titus Wright reporting for fake ABC News in Washington. And now, the details, plus a look at our local weather. A Texas man enters a contest worth $500,000 by diving into a lake full of alligators. But he had to survive the swim and make it to the other side alive, as his extended family cheers him on. Well, that man indeed made it to the other side without being eaten alive. He won $500,000. Instead of taking the money, he wants to make a request. And he said, I quote, "I don't care about the money or the fame from this event. I just want to get my hands on the knucklehead who pushed me." End quote. In other news, a New Jersey woman finds herself up a creek without a paddle. During her recent vacation in Myrtle Lake, the woman's boat flipped over and everything in the boat ended up at the bottom of the creek, including both paddles. So she finds herself up a creek without a paddle. You really had to be there. Rescuers eventually were there to help. Looking at our top story, a Florida businessman finds himself in hot water after falling 15 feet from a platform in one of his factories. The man lands in a large tub of hot water, so he finds himself in hot water. Doctors expect him to make a full recovery. In sports, the Bears pounce on the Dolphins. Yes, 6 grizzly bears spotted 4 dolphins beached on the sand in Ocean City. The bears began pouncing on the dolphins, eating them alive. Not one dolphin was able to escape this all-you-can-eat buffet. That must have been the best fish dinner those bears have ever had. Because after the meal, the bears fell quickly asleep. In other sports, the Sharks pounce on the Bears. We'll get to that story a little bit later. Looking at our top story, a Florida businessman finds himself in hot water after falling 15 feet from a platform. Oh, that was already done. Let's try our next story. Our next story is taking a quick look at our weather. Let's look at that for a minute. It looks sunny and a bit breezy, about 75 degrees outside right now. As we look outside of our 5th floor window of our studio, let me see. I believe something's coming on here. Someone just came from outside and they said it's really cold and feels like 33 degrees out there. It's about to drizzle. Wow. Looks are very deceiving. Now let's look at our local traffic. Everything seems to be normal on the roadways and surprisingly calm. There's no incidents to report. Traffic is running smoothly except for that 14-car pileup. That's right, near the Lincoln Expressway. Bodies were thrown everywhere. It looks like a nuclear bomb went off. But don't worry, no one suffered from their injuries. They all died quickly. A large shovel was called in to scrape up the 42 bodies up in one big heap. The big heap was then removed by the sanitation trash workers and the compactor and disposed of in a near landfill. Wow, what a mess. It took 30 minutes to get things back to normal and traffic is running smoothly. We would like to thank the Lincoln Town engineers for their quick response in cleaning up that big mess. Wow. That's your news, sports, traffic, and weather all together. I'm Titus Wright reporting from fake ABC News headquarters in Washington. Have a good evening and good night.